One game changer was the increase in traffic, not of legal goods, which has always happened in the Sahel, but of illegal goods, especially from Latin America, meaning cocaine, bringing a lot of money, a lot of extra money which didn't exist before. The second game changer was the war in Libya. And yes, there is a link between the events in Libya and what happened in Mali, and that's also an historical repetition from the past, except this time you had an influx of men coming back from fighting for Gaddafi and who abandoned him when he lost, and also weapons and much better weaponry. And so what the result of this was that the Tuareg made much better inroads, much further inroads into the south than they had done in the past. They basically grabbed the north and started grabbing the south. That's when, as Mwangi reminded us, that's when unhappy or frustrated with the response by the civilian government, there was a coup in Bamako by Captain Sanogo, who wanted more reaction to this advance, a coup that was probably also helped by the last game changer that we must take into account, which is the presence of Islamists. And I'll let Dan talk about this, but that is the main game changer, the new actors in the Sahel, ACMI, of course, but also the splinter group Mujao, and more importantly, Ansar Din. And so what happened was basically these movements were parasitic on the Tuareg movement. Basically, they hijacked the Tuareg movement and made a sort of clumsy alliance where they dominated the local actors, the Tuareg, not completely unlike what happened in Afghanistan between Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, but we'll leave the comparisons to later, I guess. And so you had a second wave of advance in the south and a rapid advance towards the capital. And so on January 9, Kona was seized, and that's just before Mopti, and Mopti was basically the last city before the capital Bamako, which would have been seized absent the French intervention. Hence, the letter by President Traoré saying that, asking France for intervention. The letter, there were two letters actually, which were sent on January 9 and January 10, and the intervention started on the 11th.